What's good, Chop Shop Gang? How's everybody feeling tonight? Y'all let me know if the audio's good. Y'all let me know. Let me know. Let me know. So hold on, got a little feedback there. What does my audio sound like? Quality control. Y'all let me know in the chat. Do an audio check, sound check. Okay, we good? For my quality control people, y'all sleep at the wheel? Come on. Sigmig, sound check. Okay, we good. What's good with y'all, man? Okay, so let's get into this misery. Rockets versus Nuggets. 133, 112. What can we say? More of the same. Jalen did come back today. I liked how Jalen played. I like how Jalen played. He didn't do too much, but he kind of just played a nice, efficient game. He did have, looks like he was a little bit rusty, especially on defense, but he played as good as you would expect somebody coming off an injury. Obviously, he was on a minutes restriction, only 19 minutes played. But man, yeah, this game. Honestly, I think that all the players are probably just them boys just mentally checked out. That's really what I feel. I think they are mentally checked out. Um, yeah, I think the kids are gone, man. I just don't see how they could lose this much and then, without any like veterans there to like, hey, we got to do X, Y, and Z for them to even keep any type of motivation and keep going, especially with the coach basically in self defense mode. So yeah, I think the kids are out. I'm sure, like for the rookies, this is definitely the time where a bunch of rookies like they really don't care what's going on. Like Tata and them, they don't care. It's like being in. I remember when I was in high school and I was a sophomore on varsity on football, and our senior year, all the seniors were like crying about their last game, and they I don't think we made the playoffs that year. They were crying about their last game and all this stuff, and I was like, I didn't give a damn. This is my first year. I got my whole life ahead of me. Little do you know that, bang, next thing you know, you 30 something with kids. But yeah, so I'm sure Tai Tai and all the those type of guys, they probably don't care about what's going on. But for Jalen has definitely been around some losing in this time. He's been here for since the 2021 season, and he's probably lost more than anybody on the roster up until now that's still there. Him and Kevin Porter. Kevin Porter has been out, so he's been spared some of the personal feelings of losing. But uh, what I mean, it's rough, man. It's rough, and it looks like I was talking about this earlier. It looks like Alp like he lost the swag a little bit, man. He's not playing with the same vigor. All of them just look defeated. Hell, the coaching staff looked defeated. It's just like I don't know. It's I will be happy when the season is over. But let me shout out some people in the chat. We got James Pierce. Was good, brother. Sega Miggs. Pray for Victor. Yeah, man. Pray for Victor. Pray for a coach. Hell, we might need to pray for a general manager, pray for a good summer. I mean, we got so much stuff we need to pray for. Jose Parra was good, brother. Says Paulo had his 20th 20-point game. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we gonna look at Jabari. Jabari's struggling, bro. Archon March was good. Was good with you. Johnny Johnson was good with you, bro. Swaggy D in the house. Bumper was good, bro. Silas should be fired. Oh, I forgot. See, y'all know I ain't space. I gotta hit the little buttons. Silas should be fired during the all. Yeah, he should have been fired. I ain't gonna lie. The dude is causing more harm than he's doing good at this point, in my opinion. And I know we didn't do a post game live after the Shangoon thing, but that was just some nasty stuff from a coach, and we'll get into that. I really want to. That's probably going to be the most thing we talk about tonight. DJ Generation was good, bro. I ain't seen you in a minute, man. What you been touring? Yeah, you must have been touring or something. I ain't seen DJ in a minute. Look what we got here. Jose, there's no way the worst team gets the first pick. I mean, it hasn't happened since they flattened the lottery at the top. Since I think that happened in 2019. So the first the worst team has not to this point gotten the first pick, and I've done a little thing on that. In fact, I think you have a better chance getting it out of like third and fourth at this point. But it's the just odds. It's random, so it could be Orlando could get the first pick, OKC can get the first pick. It's just where your luck falls in, man. Whose prayers are going to be answered? I'm sure everybody's praying for Victor. Teams adjusting for LP, no more LP sanity. Yeah, man, it's what I think that is. Yeah, the teams are adjusting to him. They're starting to when he makes his initial post up move, then what they do to post players, what they tell the perimeter guys, especially smart defenders, when they make that second move, whether it's a spin, that's when the defender comes and tries to trap you because then you're caught in an off balance state. So, uh, yeah, it's like they're making those adjustments. The Rockets aren't, and it's not like that's their offense anyway. LP post ups are just like trimmings on the side. If the Rockets had a meal, LP post ups are dessert. So, Coach Salas is not going to go out of his way to be intentional, like design counters for Alprin with his post ups. Especially when their base offense is trash already. Like you don't go from having like you barely can run your base offense to like having these intricate counters. So yeah, the coaching staff definitely not creative. Clutch the bear, even Clutch out of there, bro. I thought I saw him smoking a square outside Toyota Center, but it might have been somebody else. I don't know. Clutch out of there, man. Let's see who we got. Terry was good, brother. Goon Squad keeps, the Goon Squad. I love watching the Goon Squad. Jabari be ruining it sometimes, but I do enjoy watching the Goon Squad when them boys go out there. Garuba, he needs to get more minutes. We need more Garuba minutes because the dude is. I'm really starting to like him, man. I was really low on him, but I think in small doses, Garuba is good. I think he can be serviceable in small doses. The offensive limitations are definitely real for him, but if you can like get him in certain lineups against certain matchups, you can live with some of the issues that he has on the offensive side of the ball. For it. Archon says Alp is tired of it. Can you blame him? Yeah, I don't know how a 20-year-old could basically, and y'all don't know, man. Y'all haven't heard my full take on this whole Coach Silas post game interview stuff. That was really. It's one of two things with Coach Silas. It's either he is just a dull person, or he is just really that like he's so down bad and that he's willing to throw a kid under the bus to deflect blame from himself. To me, those are the two options at this point. Either he is that low that he would throw a kid under the bus, or he just doesn't, he's just dull. Like, and I know he's an NBA coach, and I'm not saying this lightly, but like to specifically call out an individual player for a player that basically shredded your entire defense. And if you guys are Chop Shop members, the video for of Dame's shot. I don't know if anybody has actually watched that video on the members page, on the members video of every shot he made. What did y'all notice from that? I want y'all to put that in the chat. Let me know who got cooked. Because when I looked at that video, everybody got cooked. Jabari was abused the most. Shangoon was second most when he was in. Boban came and played the zone and got cooked. They tried to trap with Garuba, he got cooked. I mean, the whole damn team got cooked. But to then come out and single out one player, put his name in the press conference, is kind of dumb, in my opinion. That's not how you cultivate children. Terry Agent says Uzi low key shooting better from three than Bari. Don't say that out loud, Terry. Terry, we might have visitors in the house, bro, but you speaking facts. Don't say it out loud though. Don't say it out loud. James Pierce says, here's the thing. Silas was hired to James, I don't want to hear that, bro. I'm sorry. James, I'm not sure where you stand on Silas. I don't care, bro. Like, you are a professional coach. I'm not talking to you, James. I'm talking to Silas. You're a professional coach in the NBA. There's only a few of these jobs available. If you can only coach when everything is like tailor made for you and it's perfect, and you got James Harden and Russ or Chris Paul and all NBA center. Like, bro, that's not how it works, man. You got to get it how you get it. However it is served, you do what you do with what you got. That's what makes the great coaches. That's what makes the great coaches. That's why some of these coaches, like, damn, you seen what he did with, like, that's what makes the mark of a great coach. Is not walking into, a ready-made, just a championship team and basically just being there as a placeholder, while LeBron runs the team type stuff. But you got to actually elevate people to new levels. That's what makes a coach and a leader. And I just don't see that. Thurgood Marshall says, don't even say that. Yeah, yeah. Shout out Thurgood for keeping it real, bro. B Simpson, what's good, B? What it do? What it do? Was good with you, bro? What's good with you? What we got here? Swaggy D, what's good, brother? We need a good coach. Snyder gone. I'm having doubts. Any top tier coach will want to come. I mean, they want a bag. At the end of the day, like I said, there's only 30 jobs. And, I don't think it's like people just turning down coaching jobs, especially depending on who you draft. I think the only thing that'll be a deterrent for coaches to come in is basically the stone, right? And some of the rumored over management and micromanaging that he does. You got to imagine if a new coach comes in, depending on who they are, how much cachet they got, they're not running with that. Like, you're not gonna tell like a you feel me? You're not gonna tell Ime Udoka how to run his defense. Like, you're not gonna be in his meetings telling him how to install this or that. This dude won chips with Pop. Like, you just got to play your role as a GM, have the meetings, whatever. Hey, this is what we like to do. Blah blah. Here are the players you got, but you're not gonna tell them like a real coach what to do. You feel me? That's one of the reasons I really I don't want anybody from this current staff, because if they can do it to the head coach while Lucas is on staff, if they can do it to the head coach while Abdel Fattah or whoever the hell is on the staff, then they can do it to anybody. That's if they move them up. That means they're used to being like punked. We don't want that. Yeah, Archon, I'm definitely with you, bro. Sigga Migs, what up? What's good with you, man? You excited about the new the what is it, the third installment of the final season of Attack on Titan? It's about to I think it's coming out soon, bro. But they keep breaking up the damn season into, it's like the second half of the third half of the season or something. Yeah, it's crazy. James Pierce says Goon Squad. I'm assuming that's what you say is decent. Even Nick's. Nick's been balling, man. If Nick's been balling. I don't know if that Knicks fan is in here, but yeah, man, let's give Knicks his flowers. He looks like he belongs on somebody's bench in the NBA. Scoot Martin was good. Oh, Scott Martin, I'm tripping. Scott Martin, Garuba shot might be legit. I don't know, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It does look good. It's on hella low volume. I don't think it's legit, but I think it's he has the foundation to become something. I don't know what that thing is or where it could go, but it's really hard to evaluate these guys with our coaching staff. So we'll see. We'll see. Bumper says Garuba could beat Chuck Hayes with a three ball. Nah, let's not disrespect Chuck Hayes like that, brother. Let's not do that. B. Simpson, Garuba can be used in the playoffs. Definitely. Nah, see, y'all see, come on, man. Rebuild, riding y'all brain now. Y'all done move Garuba from our like ninth man to a playoff rotation player. I don't think there's a single player on our roster that could play in the playoffs right now. I don't think. Let me think. Nah, I can't see it. Not a single one of them would be in the playoffs or in a playoff setting. Hell, can they be on a winning team? I don't think Silas hates Shangoon. I just think that it's like Jackson Gallen posted a clip on Twitter where Coach Silas explained his rationale for the Shangoon thing. He's basically said, uh, hold on, I probably could find it. I'll find it. Let me see. Let me pull it up. I can find it. Let's listen to Coach Silas talk about why Shangoon thing. And shout out to JT for asking that question. That was a great question he asked because, a lot of the stuff that we've been getting asked from our media has been pretty trash. Boys be asking about how does it feel to have Tate back as a leader when, somebody could have got shot at the game, man. They be asking just the wrong questions. Let me see. Da da da. Blah blah blah. Okay, whatever. Kelly Eco. All right, let me see. I found it. Y'all give me a second. I'm gonna share my screen. We'll listen to it real quick. We'll listen to it real quick. Then we'll talk about it. Give me a second. Let me go to screen share. We play it.
Sengun is especially singled out defensively when the whole team kind of struggled to contain Clay and then Dame. And what needs to happen for him on the defensive side to have that not be the case?
Yeah, well, there's a couple things with that. There's the five man, where with other guys you can move them around a little bit. You can change the matchups with them. But with the five man, there's just the coverage, right? And Alperin, in particular, doesn't have the ability to. I can't change coverages very much with him, right? Like he can't switch, and his blitzing is something that will come, but it's not there yet. So when there's a Clay or a Dame and a change needs to be made, then I need to go to a switching group. I need to go to a blitzing group where I can put more pressure on the guy or guys or offense. And yeah, it's a learning process for him. We had to put him on Tybal early in the game of the last game, so he wouldn't be in as many pick and rolls. And he's not being singled out at all, but it is the job of the five man to be the one who can kind of man your defense and be the center point of your defense. So yeah, we've had conversations about it. It's not like he's being punished at all, but when there's a Clay Thompson or a Dame Lillard going, you have to make an adjustment, and to leave him out there on an island where he's either going to be in a deep drop or a drop that's a little bit higher, that's really about it. And it's unfair to him, it's unfair to the group, it's unfair to everybody to just allow him to get dribbled around or shot. Obviously Dame was making shots on everybody, but it is.
Okay, I think he also goes on to say some other stuff about Alp and how he's 20, blah blah blah. See, here's my problem with that. Like, the reason he's even being asked that question is because after the game he made the statement about he was mad, obviously, and then somebody asked him about the defense, and he said guys need to play harder, guys need to play better. Then they followed up, is that why you benched Alp? And he said yes, and whatever whatever. So, one, I don't know if he was cognizant of what he was trying to say, but what that implies is that, one, he's saying Alp isn't playing hard, and then two, it seems like he was then, because the question was in context of Dame dropping basically 71 on his team, then to focus that on saying yes, I benched Alp because they were attacking him in the pick and roll. Once he said that, he lost me. I'm glad he clarified afterwards. But to say that they're attacking him pick and roll, y'all might not understand why that's a dumb answer. Because you're playing against Dame Lillard. And I guess I could let me just go into my Dame spiel here. We'll get to the comments in a bit. We gonna go into a spiel about Dame Lillard. Okay, I'm gonna play you guys a clip. This was from a couple years ago. That Dame, you're gonna hear it from the horse's mouth himself. This is Dame on what's his name's podcast. I think it's JJ Redick's podcast. The what is it called? Three Men or something, three old guys or whatever it's called. But this is on JJ Redick's podcast. This is Dame himself speaking about the drop coverage and how it's played. So y'all just hear, and I'm gonna tie it all in at the end, but just hear this. I'm sure. So y'all peep what Dame himself thinks about drop. Okay. Let me see.
I don't want to like change the scouting report on you, but when you see a five man in drop coverage, are you saying to yourself, dead meat? Like, I've got an easy pull up three?
Absolutely.
I sometimes I get why teams do it at times, but I feel like teams have sold out so much. Some teams have sold out so much on having the five just drop all the way into the paint
Protect the rim.
and protect the rim, right? And it allows players like you. I said this the other day to actually to Nate about Devin Booker. Like when you have someone who can operate in the pick and roll like that, it's really almost impossible to defend.
If I'm coming off a screen and big is back, I'm shooting it every time. I'm shooting it every time because nobody's taking mid-range jumpers like that anymore. So I'm not going to keep going to the big. Like usually if I take a mid-range shot, it's like I'm attacking and then I end up right there and I don't have anywhere else to go. And I just create some space and I end up getting to that shot. But if the big is back, I'm raising up for three every time.
During this hot streak, did any of the teams change their coverages? When you were averaging 50, I feel like was Utah one of the teams? I feel like I watched that game, and they were
I had 50
in
against Utah,
and they were just in drop coverage.
and Gobert was back, and they was telling them to get up, but it's like some bigs are so used to their job being to just be in a drop coverage that it's habit. I just heard the coaches like, get up, get up, get up. But like I would be raising up to shoot. And
I want y'all to peep who he's talking about. This is, and you got to remember in context at this time, Rudy Gobert was the defensive player of the year, right? Rudy Gobert was the defensive player of the year. I wonder if some of y'all put two and two together where I'm going with this. He's talking about drop coverage and how he thinks teams are just being idiotic by letting him play in the drop. And he's describing how Quinn Snyder was telling Rudy to get up on the screen. I don't know if y'all remember in the 2019 playoffs, Clint Capella was being abused. It was the game where after KD got hurt in the Western Conference semifinals, and this is when Steph went like 0 for whatever, then went nuts in the second half and dropped 30 in the second half. And they were running a high screen with Draymond and Steph, and they spammed that for like the whole damn half. And Clint Capella would not step up because it's unnatural for these bigs, even though Clint is a switching big, but their instinct is to protect the rim. And Dame is telling you it's really hard for these bigs to step up at the level because like if your whole life as a big, you're taught to protect the rim, so you got to keep the ball handling screener in front of you. So because of the type of players we have in the NBA now with the Dames, the Steph, the Clays, the Trae Youngs, to a lesser extent now that he's not shooting good, to Jason Tatum, there's so many guys that come off those screens. Hell, that's what I wish Jalen will become, one of those guys. But it is so the players are so good now that he is describing that Quinn, just like Mike D'Antoni, there is literally y'all remember Mike was freaking like getting hot, getting mad, yelling at Clint. I think you could hear it through the TV for him to step up on the screen for Steph. And I was yelling at the TV my damn self saying, take him out the damn game. Because to me, Clint lost us that series. Him and Chris Paul forgetting how to play basketball for 5 games and, just our bad luck. But that was that adjustment of having Clint Capella, a damn good defender in the game, is what killed this. So once again, keep in context, why would your coach even bring up Şengün's name when you're describing a defense that is known to be killed by Dame Lillard? And we'll get to more of that, but y'all just check him out.
they yelling at him, get up, so. And then we played him a few weeks later in Utah, and he was back again, and I had like 40 something. So it was like
40 something on Rudy.
I drop coverage. I don't understand it, man. Especially when you're dealing with guards that can shoot.
Chris and I used to always talk about this in LA. And as a guard, first of all, if I'm being guarded by a player, let's say 2 steps above the 3-point line, and the big stays in the paint, I'm just going to literally wait on the screen. And the big sort of walks up into the screen, and then it's just a one dribble pull up. Rudy Gobert actually does this better than anyone offensively. The Jazz bring the guard out all the way past the 3-point line, and he just walks right into the screen, and then it's downhill, Donovan pull up, Joe Ingles 3, whatever it may be. It just creates all sorts of issues.
Yeah, it does. And I see, and the thing about that is, even when teams aren't in a drop coverage, I do that just to give myself more space to deal with whatever type of coverage they in. Like if the big is if they're trying to be up on the screen and show or trap or whatever it is, I'm going to be up high as possible until my big sprint into the screen. And I'm trying to get downhill so I can have more space to make it a foot race between me and whoever this big is. Because I know they're trying to trap me or make me get rid of the ball. So even when they're not in the drop coverage,
This dude giving like if you pair it up what Dame is saying with the clips from our game, he's literally like he did everything verbatim what he just said. What he just said was that even if they're not dropping him, what he likes to do is to get a high ball screen way past the 3-point line because that's his range. And because even the guards aren't used to playing a guy that far up, so he'll pull up from there. And then he says if they try to trap him, just like Garuba, when Coach Silas tried to adjust to Garuba and trap him with that failed because what he does is he says he can beat any big he thinks to the corner. So we basically, we're a terrible defense, and it was just a wrong place, wrong time. So I'm going to show you guys just a couple clips. This is Dame. Let me show y'all the clip of Dame dropping the game he dropped. I think he dropped 60 on Utah with Rudy Gobert. I'm gonna show y'all that clip where he dropped 60, and I want you guys to tell me does this look familiar? Y'all tell me if this looks familiar because I swear it could have been damn near just our game. That's what it just looks like to me. All the same damn moves, the same, and they have Utah's playing the drop with Rudy and what's there at the center now? I'm forgetting his name right now, but y'all just hold on. Let me mute it. Y'all just watch these clips. Drop, easy pull up. That's candy for him. This is young Dame. He wasn't even as cold. That's Jay Gubb trying to guard him now. Drop, easy pull up. This is what he was doing to our guys. These are better players. This was a playoff team. All of this has a point to it. That's him bodying Jabari. That's favors in a drop. Money. You can't play the drop against Dame. And the weird part, one of the 60-point games Dame had was against Coach Silas and the Mavericks in the bubble. That's him getting around Josh Christopher. That's him getting around Şengün for a layup. Y'all gonna call these kids bad defenders? These are grown men. That's a scheme issue. That's a scheme issue. That's Jabari late on the rotation. This is a scheme issue. This is a coach being stubborn. That's one of our guards getting blown by. That's KJ missing a block. That's Knicks. Drop. Look at this. That's Gobert, defensive player of the year, getting took to the rim. Y'all seen that a couple times. But people to get on Twitter and call Alp a bad defender. I'm not saying Alp is a great defender, but y'all got to come on now. So let me go back. So the point I'm trying to make is you just seen that. Why would the coach even bring up any of his players' names? Why would the coach do that? Like, why would you think that you're gonna even bring up your 20-year-old except to try to deflect blame from yourself for having a poor defensive game plan against a player who's known? Y'all think I'm playing? Let's look at Dame's top scoring games in his career. Number 1, 71 points against Houston, drop coverage team, right? Killed us. Number 2, he dropped 61 against Golden State Warriors. That was the Warriors team in 2020 and didn't make the playoffs. Guess who was their center Rockets legend Willie Cauley-Stein playing the drop. Top third highest scoring game, 61 points against Dallas and Coach Silas. August 11, 2020, in the bubble. Dewdrop 61 on Kristaps Porzingis and Maxi Kleber playing the drop. In fact, Dallas defense was so dumb, they had both of them dudes playing the drop at the same time. Dropped 61 on them. Number 4, he dropped 60, Utah, on Kessler Edwards or Walker Kessler, whatever. I always get them to. Walker Kessler. He's a drop big. Great defender, rim pressure, all that great stuff. Got 60 put on his head and his team. 5th highest scoring game. Brooklyn, the great Jared Allen dropped big, put 60 on his head. Number 6, Utah, Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, 59 on his head. Number 7, 55 points on Nikola Jokic, drop. Number 8, in 2019 against OKC, he dropped 51 points. I forgot who their big was at that time. Again, Golden State with when they had a old buddy in 2016. I forgot the Australian dude. Utah again with Rudy Gobert. Philly with Joel Embiid, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It goes on. So if this is his history, and you know this, like the reason that teams play the drop is to protect the basket. If you're going to play the drop, you can't play it against certain guys. This is a known thing in the NBA. Coach Silas said that Şengün's trap isn't where it needs to be. So you're going to concede giving up open threes to one of the best three-point shooters in NBA history. That's just dumb. I would rather trap and let Dame get 30 layups and drop 60 on us with twos than giving up open threes to him and just let him dissect us like that. No creativity. Then the most perplexing and crazy part about all this, he backdoored and went zone with Boban. I don't get that. Like, that's your adjustment of zone with Boban? Hell, you could have done that with Şengün. So, yeah, I'm just out on Coach Silas. I'm super out on them because I just don't think that the dude's a good coach, man. At some point, I think it's getting to the point where he's just self-protecting himself, self-deflecting, trying to remove blame from him. But yeah, that's my spiel about that. Jabari. Okay, Big R's in here. What up, Big R? Big R, man. Big R. Why you always on Jabari's neck? But yeah, Jabari's been bad, bro. Tonight, Jabari was a minus 33, but not the worst. Şengün was the worst, minus 36. That's horrible. 7 points for Şengün, 8 assists, 2 rebounds. Jabari had 8 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 0 for 4 from 3, 4 for 10 from the field. We shot from 3 as a team. As a team, guys, we shot 29%. Shot 29% to Denver's 43%. We shot 49% from the field to Denver's 57. Yeah, we're down bad right now, man. It's pretty down bad. Let me get back to the comments, man. James Pierce says if your only trick is to enable a future Hall of Famer and leech his individual success, it means you're a crappy coach. Oh, this is Hinkin to James. Yeah, that's big facts, bro. You got to show some. You got to have something. Goddamn, you got to show us something. Silas Misery. Okay. Daniel 9:9. Okay, I got to look up my Bible verse, see what Daniel 9:9 is. Party time. Okay, let's see. He didn't put 5 words together. Party time, animal time. Okay, Ty-Ty's getting. Yeah, man. What's up with Ty-Ty? Ty-Ty's looking good. He's got a little burst that I haven't seen from him in damn near years. He might have something to say about that backcourt, man. I think Ty-Ty's the forgotten child. Brandon Sims says we haven't seen the evolution of the squad. Yeah, this is not what it is. These kids, Eric Gordon was damn sure right. They're not improving. In fact, they have regressed in a lot of ways. A lot of these games were more competitive. The team is just almost hopeless at this point. James says, I'm not pro Silas anymore. I'm just saying front office and Tillman could totally give the man another 2 years. Oh, Lord, if they did that, man, there's going to be chop shop Lakers or somebody. It ain't going to be, I can't cover, I'm not going to cover another 2 years of Coach Silas. Neck Debt Personnel says, I'm praying all day so you guys trade Şengün. He has to be out of Houston, toxic environment. I ain't gonna lie, bro. If they're gonna treat him like that, and that's always been my stance. I'm glad that the Shangoon fans, the stands are starting to see it. Like, bro, as a basketball lover, like if they're not gonna invest in him, they should just move him because you're hurting both parties at this point. And I think Coach Silas is doing whatever damage to him, irreversible damage at this point to all of the players. Big R says, "Keep praying. I'm the one personally texting Silas to bench." Oh, in Nisi we trust. I think if I'm saying these wrong, y'all excuse me. It's just unfortunate situation. Barry was supposed to be the sharpshooter we needed. He's the worst shooter. I'm still high on his future, but for now, Tari should start. Yeah, I've said that. At this point, it looks kind of dumb for Barry to keep getting 30 minutes a night, bro. I don't. It's like, come on, bro. Like, in fact, just like, and this is some of the inconsistency that we see with Coach Silas. Y'all could that clip. He said for his sake, he took Shangoon out because he didn't want to leave him out there. Why did he leave Jabari out there to look so bad? Why they leave pull Jabari? He's been looking like you doing him dirty. So yeah, they could be consistent, man. Yeah, when I get in my bag with these things, I gotta do what I gotta do, man. Yeah, Tari should be over KJ. I don't know, man. KJ been balling, man. You gotta look at his last 15. Like, dude's putting together a hell of a season on our team. I don't know if he should be over, but I definitely think Jabari and Tari should probably have equal minutes at this point. Basically, they should probably be doing 20s each. Shangoon was balling despite Silas. Now he's finally brought him down to the pit with Jalen and Jabari. Yeah, I agree, bro. Misery loves company. B Sim say he gonna watch every post game. Barry, okay, I ain't gonna say you. He says, "Bro, I just really tired of hearing him talk. Please make it stop." Let me see. Yeah, yeah, it's kind of hard. Like, once again, I just don't believe in him as a coach. It's really hard, man. Y'all know my stance from the start was never to be like, "Oh, fire the coach, get rid of him." But at this point, there's really nothing that I haven't seen. They've been trying to win, and it's just he's pulled out all the stops and pressed every button. He stormed out, got the fake technical to get ejected. We had a come to Jesus meeting where we watched film and we sat through it. They've done everything, and every time they do something, they lose even worse. So it's like I'm even amazed that they get up for these games to even look like they're trying. KDZ says not to be singled out. I guess Silas heard some backlash from his comments. Yeah, he did. I'm hoping he did. Like, I'm hoping he did. Like, we're not gonna let you just use the players as your personal shield, as Stone is doing to him. B said maybe he's taking revenge on Stone because that's his guy. I don't think Shangoon is Stone guy, bro. I don't know where you heard that. Horse spit. Basically, I saw that crap by Silas. What five is effectively stopping 1 and 2 at the perimeter? When has this ever happened in NBA? Hakeem excluded. There's nobody. If you're gonna play the drop, bro, you're gonna get killed. Like Dame, you heard it from his mouth. Like, the dude said he gonna shoot him every time. And Coach Silas witnessed this when his team, as the head assistant coach on Dallas, got killed by Dame in the bubble. And he just was cool with that, I guess. Swaggy says if he trolls LP, he's trolling for Stone for taking away vets. But why LP, man? I mean, hell, blame Knicks. No, I'm playing. But yeah, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, at this point, the team, one of the things that I try to do is try to find some of the silver linings in what they are doing individually. And even that is getting hard. Like, I'm looking, okay, Ty Ty had a good game, but like, I really can't see anything from anybody that because they're the losing and the getting blown out. Like, the games are over faster when the season first started, or even just a couple weeks ago or months ago. At least the wheels will fall off midway through the fourth quarter. At this point, I mean, they giving up at halftime, bro. It's wraps. It's curtains. Yeah, it's definitely like I think if the locker room is gone, bro. I haven't even looked at our schedule to see where or what we would even try to sneak up on. I think we got a couple wins against San Antonio. San Antonio is just I don't know what the hell is going on over there. I was listening to Bill Simmons podcast today, or I forgot who it was, but they basically were joking and saying that they're losing so many games because Pop is so excellent at everything he does that if you tell him to tank for Victor, that he's going to do it at an elite level. And damn it, he's Pop being the GOAT that he is, they losing like, I don't know if they won tonight, but yeah, they on like a 16 game losing streak. But yeah, the Alp thing, I don't know if Steven Silas is doing that. If I don't think Rafael Stone is high on him. His little comment about the Shen Hub thing being intriguing, that's what does that even mean? We saw a little bit of it. It was intriguing. Yeah, they should. I think that it would be wise for them not to like diminish him. If you think that he's intriguing, but you just don't see it, then boost up his value. I would like with these games. I'm going full Shangoon, then raise his value. So if I wanted to trade him, then I would. Maybe you can even get a pick for him or a couple picks or even use him as a centerpiece on a player. But when your coach is actively basically saying that he can't play defense, you're harming yourself. So you don't like him, or not that there's, like he said, they're not singling him out, but you're not preferential on him, or you're treating him differently than other people. At the same time, you're actively saying to the world that, yeah, he's not a good player. So it's like you got to pick one, man. It's just dumb. It's just dumb on both ends. B. Simpson's, yeah, the assets were mentioned to no fault of Shangoon. He's the scapegoat for Silas simply based on the value he has and not how he was. That's basically it. Draft position. If you gave Silas truth serum, I wonder what he'd say about Jabari. And I'm still high on Jabari. And with the Jabari thing, I'm just I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait till the offseason to see. I think he's shown that the dude is not ready for the NBA at all. Jabari would have benefited from the G League. I'm gonna come out and say that. I think Jabari would have benefited from going to the G League, but it's politics with his draft position at this point. Um, and I don't think it's healthy for a player that's that bad to keep getting minutes. Like it's not good for setting an example because Jabari, he's supposed to be a sniper. He's not. The defense, as every other rookie, isn't great. He's a good defender, but he's not great, and he's not good all the time. Sometimes he's terrible. And the whole yelling and stuff and telling, like, the thing I hate between him and Shangoon, both of them do this, is whenever they blow a coverage, they throw their hands up. Like, bro, we don't want to, I don't care. Just move on to the next play and do better. Jabari's always trying to blame somebody for something, and Shangoon's always like, oh, like, bro, just move on to the next play. We don't care. He needs to I think he's being humbled because I don't know who he thought he was, but this summer he needs to get in the gym, man. Because his game, he just needs to keep working. But I just don't think the kid is ready. I don't think he's ready for the NBA. That's my take. I just don't think Jabari's ready for the NBA. Have we discussed how the Rockets are tweaking Jalen's shot to accommodate playing through it? Yeah, that was weird. That was weird. On a team with 13 or 14 wins to tweak his shot to not strain his groin. I mean, I don't get that. Maybe the wording came out wrong. I mean, he was shooting okay today. But yeah, that was weird. I've never really heard of a coach doing that midseason, tweaking somebody's shot just on the fly so they don't aggravate an injury on a team that's not winning at all. So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Scott Martin says, "Why are you not our coach, bro?" Coach Silas knows more basketball than any of us, all of us combined. But knowing something doesn't mean like applying it or being able to communicate it to other people, right? That's what makes the teaching part of coaching, right? You want to be able to, a good teacher isn't like you go to school and you learn all this stuff. You got all this stuff in your brain and you can't get it out to other people. You got to be able to communicate it, and then once people hear it, you got to help them execute it. And I think for Coach Silas, he got all this stuff in his brain, but he just doesn't have the personality to get the execution like some other men may have. And I think that's his issue. I think that's his issue. Trade for Clax. What you trading, Swaggy? Let me know in the chat. What you trading for Clax? Let's see what Stream Melon. I see B Sim says Street. Are you happy with the Rockets Stream elements out of context, bro. Like read the room, bro. Read the room, bro. No, we're not happy. Yeah, I mean, damn. Space got to tell me how this robot works because it does random question. I don't even know if it's preloaded or what, but it's always the wrong context. Always the wrong context. I'm happy with the players we picked. I'm unhappy about the level that we are competing. Yeah, I think that next year is going to be year one for us, man. It's going to be year one. While we have a break, y'all see the little Chiron at the bottom. If you guys want to help the channel, you like the content we do, please help support the channel by hitting us up on Cash App at ATX Chop Shop. All the funds we receive go towards buying equipment, and using to all the subscriptions to all the stats, websites, and all the stuff we use to make you this great content. So please support the Chop Shop. We want to pivot over to the Cash App because YouTube be taxing, bro. They tax. When y'all do them donations, they take like a big chunk of it. So if y'all hit us up on ATX Chop Shop, $ ATX Chop Shop on Cash App, support the channel so we can keep bringing you fire as we always do. Let's see. Silas wants to win, but the Rockets aren't going. Silas is done, man. I honestly think that he knows it. I don't know if y'all noticed. There was a comment that Jalen, he was interviewed about saying that these last 22 games, I'm with you. I'm going to be locked in. Like he said, I'm with you. Like he knows, like maybe they're not going to be together after that. So I hope it's true. Goddamn it! Like I hope it's true because yeah, I just like if y'all remember when we first started doing these, one of the things I used to say was like, man, I'm not gonna call for nobody job because that's how he feed his family. But till I found out Silas was making 3.5 million, bro. Yeah, bro. If you're getting paid $3.5 million to coach, like, come on, man. Like, nah. I mean, you done got your bread, man. At some point, and this is for everybody. At some point, we got to start being fans of the Rockets, right? I think that what is lost in this rebuild is being a stand for your team, not for Kevin Porter Jr., not for Jalen Green or Shane Goon, or you're a Knicks fan, some of y'all sickos out there, but be a fan of the Rockets. How many Rockets fans do we still have in a fan base that care about this organization anymore? I think that's what is been lost, is that we don't. Everybody is so like broken up into different groups, and oh, I'm pro Tank, I'm not against Tank. I hate Cosalis, I like Cosalis. Pro Stone, against Stone. Just love the Rockets. If you love the Rockets, things are gonna fall the way they fall. If you love the Rockets, then your takes are gonna be a little more accurate. When all this stuff, when people are so like biased about their opinions, it just makes you look crazy. It makes you look crazy. That's how I could make a video calling Shangoon one of the best young bigs in the league and still trade him in another video because I think the Rockets might do that. And if you can't handle stuff like that, then I mean, maybe the chop shop isn't for you. But one thing, and I even, me and Space always talk about this, bro. Like we are Rockets fans first. We are Rockets fans first. Like, and you guys have a right to a quality basketball team. You know, a lot of people pay hard earned money to go to them games, eat that expensive food, park in them expensive parking spots. You watch and them long commercials and pay AT&T Sports Nets and the, so tell me, the NBA, all that stuff. You do your part. We have to demand excellence, right? Just because the Rockets are tanking doesn't mean you have to tank your expectations as a fan. If we're gonna tank and develop, then we need to develop. If the development isn't there, then it's okay to complain. We are not happy with the product that we are seeing. I don't like watching guys play the worst defense they've ever played. Coach Salas has been on this team for 3 years now. I cannot tell you one thing that I've seen that I can say, like, yeah, man, that's his calling card. What is it? What is his calling card? Some coaches, they can develop guys. Some coaches are innovative. Some are leaders. They can do this. They get the best out of you. This and that. They can adjust on the fly. I don't know what his calling card is. Like, I really don't know, except just us losing. And losing, not even losing in a, yes, there is not like it's like glorified losing, but I mean the manner in which some of the times we play, like We look like a team that's never played basketball on a professional level before some nights. Like is are and if it's the because of the players that we're drafting, then what the hell is Stone doing drafting? I'm watching OKC and this Jalen Williams kid. I'm watching hell, you know who I like? I like that what's his name? Austin Reeves. I know he's like 30. You know, he's in Jalen's class, right? And I know everybody gets hung up on oh man, he's 23. Like get like real about old rookies. There is nothing wrong with an old rookie. It's good to have a mix of different ages, bro. Like having a refined player that knows what they're doing helps. It helps other guys. It helps the collective IQ of the team. Austin Reeves is sneakily, he was undrafted. He's in class Jalen's class. One of the best defenders in their entire class. Sneakily. A 3 and D player. Playing, I don't know if the Lakers going to make the playoffs, but the point is that when are we going to start drafting high IQ players? Like all these, like I don't know what to like. I guess Stone's philosophy is taking swings, but it's you got to have a good mix, bro. Like if you know you're going to draft 7 first round picks, damn, get some guys that played like 2 years in college, at least just to have some balance. So it's not a bunch of a G League and like these like exhibition one and done type guys because they don't. You have to cultivate those players, and if you don't have the requisite veterans on the roster, then what are we doing? Then you have a coach that doesn't really know what he's doing, is overwhelmed. What are we doing? You know what I mean? What are we doing? That's the thing. Yes, Iller United says Salas isn't coach. I don't have idea what he's doing to get him out. I mean, yeah, he damn near like at this point he might have to like bring a gun to Toyota Center and pop it off in the air a couple times. Maybe they'll arrest him and kick because it's not losing because the losing ain't gonna get him out. Damn sure ain't fan outrage. So yeah, I mean I don't know. I'm hoping that as soon as the last shot is made, the clock runs 0-0-0 in April at the end of the season for the Rockets. That Adrian Wojnarowski goes to his iPhone, and I get an alert because I have him on my alert that says Houston, and it says Rockets, and it says Steven Silas, and it has a graphic that says it doesn't even have to say fired. I know they get creative ways they try to lay people off now. He's been eliminated or whatever they put on there. I need it. I need it. I need it so we can start our coaching search because yeah, we need somebody. And the worst part about this is um whoever is the person that is going to come in to take this over has to start from scratch. It has to start from scratch, bro. Whoever. Ira Brown Jr. says my screen is showing Utah versus Portland. I guess he must have missed the earlier part. I guess. That was on purpose, bro. I hope you know. Yusugami says the one call he's a bad defender, don't play basketball for real, for real. Silas has to be fired like right now or ruin the future of the Rockets also. I don't think Stone cares. I don't think Stone is even concerned about that. Silas be using they too much. He only uses they or we when he's not talking about Şengün. If it's Şengün, he gonna call that man by name. If it's we when he's talking about KPJ and Jalen, is but he and now to his point, it's a lot of deflection on they're young that are like bro, just you're a coach. We played bad. We didn't execute. We'll do better. Like we don't want to hear you blame kids, bro. It's just a bad look. It's a bad look. It's a really bad. It's not a good look. Scott Martin, the analysis is so true. I've been having trouble articulating your point. Such a great. Oh, I'm way behind, man. Y'all still talking about Dane? Let me scoot down. Let me. Oh hell no! I know I did not just see this. Chris M. We should have kept Bruno Fernando to do what? If y'all want to see bad drop coverage, go watch Bruno. Bruno was bad, bro. Aside from elite athleticism at the rim, there's really not much else he does, bro. Like he is not a great player. He's not a great player. I'm not gonna lie. Red is not a flavor. Says not gonna like. I'm a fan of black nepotism. Okay, where did that come from? Let me see. I must have skipped. I'm not even going back up, bro. Let me see. Spades was good, bro. Yeah, Spades gonna be back up, man. He having some technical difficulties. He gonna get right. Get the his equipment right, and he gonna come run the shows because our damn show ain't used to doing the post game lives. Let me see. Let me go down. What up, Space? What up, Space? Uh, Space. I don't know what you talking about there. Let me see. Big B says Frank doing his thing and holding it down for now. Real team player. Nah, we a team, bro. Unlike the Rock, no, I'm playing. But yeah, me and Space, we gonna hold it down. We gonna try to keep it real. Boned 7. Y'all gotta fix some of these names, bro. Y'all be having me say weird stuff. I trust Jabari will work it out, but you think his attitude needs to. Yeah, he kind of Jabari is I don't know, bro. He's a little too. I like the like he's a bit of an a-hole, which I love in players. But bro, if you know you ain't doing, like, chill out, bro. You don't have to yell at anybody. Be clapping your hands and stuff. You ain't done nothing in this league, bro. You haven't earned that. You know what I mean? He hasn't earned anything in this league, bro. Just because you a third overall pick doesn't give you the right. Play with a little humility. Get in the lab. Work on your craft. And honestly, I think it's a bad look that the Rockets are giving him 30 minutes despite how poorly he's played. Because if you're gonna do it to Şengün, to KJ, to all these other guys, then I just don't see it. Like, I don't know. I just don't think they know what they're doing. I'll be honest. I think they just it's like you think you're doing what you think you're supposed to do, but I don't think they have like intention in that. Yeah, I don't think that. Yeah, bro. Yeah, B. That's where I'm at. I like move on, bro. Like all that, like throwing y'all know y'all be seeing Shane. We be doing that thing. Like, bro, that annoys me. Then Jabari be yelling at people like, come on, bro. Like we can't. That's a bad look. Yeah, Jalen using more legs on a jump shot is more stress on the groin. I don't know what I think. I don't know what Lucas is on. Is he like on some like old school? You know what I mean? Like we used to shoot with a I don't know, with a onion in our sock type thing where they doing some juju he didn't learn from the 60s. But we need to get a real shooting coach, like for real. We need to get a real shooting coach because he be having them like I'll be seeing some of the drills. I'm sure they help, but across the board our team's shooting terribly. So not working. What up, Hakeem? Welcome to the show. DJ Generation says, Frank, how many points do you think Jabari realistic average next season? What is he at right now? Like 12? I think he can be like a 16 points. If the dude was shooting like 37% from three, he'd be averaging 15 points right now. So it's like, to me, he's going to be a center slash power forward more. I know people had this him playing like small forward and stuff. I don't think Jabari is going to be a small forward. I think the way he is right now, he's going to end up probably being like a center, a stretch five, because what that does is it really doesn't put too much on him to develop over the years as far as like trying to be a perimeter player. I never foresaw saw him as a perimeter player. My comps for him were like the Tim Duncans as far as not like greatness, but like his shot diet is and Kevin Garnett is like two dribble pull ups, post turnaround fadeaways, post ups, little hook shots, and in certain looks he gonna be stretching the floor out in certain 5-man lineups where he's in a corner shooting threes. That's going to be his thing. And if he can get to that LaMarcus Aldridge game where he has like because he's damn near 7 foot tall, has a high release, he just needs to get in the lab and just work. But I think he is still going to be good. Like, honestly, he is still going to be good. And the good thing about being drafted as high as he does, the GM is not going to give up on him so quickly like he would another player. So he's going to have a couple years to like work this out. It's just going to look ugly. But I think he needs to go to the G League. Let me see. Oh, James Pierce hit us up with the super chat. My bad, bro. I don't have that little that space has. So I'm gonna catch the super chats when they come, man. James Pierce says, Frank, any thoughts if the Rockets get some meaningful vets this offseason? Will Stone redeem this roster enough for next season? And if y'all want to see what we thought about the season, the video that we made with the other James Pierce, our Chop Shop contributor, and my boy Edo. We kind of went through the offseason for the Rockets and looked at some of that. I think Stone has a wide variety of outcomes of what the Rockets could possibly do this coming offseason. And I think a lot of it is going to be determined by the draft. And depending on where they draft, it could also determine what free agents they should bring in. And I'm not sure when they're going to find their coach. The coach could also determine what type of free agent, depending on the system. So honestly, if I had an order of things, I would want to first find a coach. Find a coach, then the coach can help you in the drafting and in getting players part. Um, I think ideally, if it was my perfect world, I would have them sign some vets to fill in the bench. And let's say you draft, if you get like Scooter Wemby. So those, I don't think any of our guys are going to be any much like better to the point where they're winning like 35 games next season. So you're going to need some real players to come in. Some people throwing around the Cam Johnsons of the world. Obviously, the Mikal Bridges thing is still out there, but that's going to cost you. But the James Harden thing, I'm indifferent about that. I really don't care if he comes or not, but if he does come, that also changes the outlook on your team because you're going to have to build certain players around him as well. So if James Harden does not come, I think you get a bunch of regular vets. You're probably going to have to overpay them more than the market value is to get them to come down here and probably give them some decent contracts, not like super crazy, but get some vets, maybe try to make some marginal moves to supplement some of the guys. I would probably replace, I'm sure that they want KBJ to still start. So if Stone is breathing, I'm sure KBJ is going to start if we don't get Harden. Jalen is going to start, of course. Then that small forward role, maybe try to get a vet in there. If you can get the Cam Johnson of the world, or like Harrison Barnes is available as a free agent this coming summer, a player like that, you can bring that in. The power forward position, I think Jabari is going to get a chance there. And then the center, I don't know what they're going to do with Şengün, but to me, it should be Şengün. And they should lean into that offense. But it's going to be determined by the coach. If it's a coach that runs a lot of high spread pick and roll, then they might bench Şengün. If it's a coach that runs like Kenny Atkinson comes in, I could see them using Şengün. Like you see Mike Brown using Buddy in Sacramento. So yeah, it just depends, bro. But there's a million zillion outcomes that they could have, a million outcomes. So it's really hard to tell. It's going to be interesting. Going to be one of the more interesting summers for the Houston Rockets. DJ Generation says, imagine making $3.5 million to be the worst person at your job. Basically, can you imagine, bro? DJ, you getting paid by these parties to like just play bad music, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Or whatever y'all do, just be the worst and you getting $3.5 million. But I'm sure he doesn't do it for the money, but damn it, that money sound $3.5 million. If they just wanted a guy just to lose, I mean, they could have paid. I'd have did it for a couple thousand, bro. Just let me sit there, I'll smile, high five the guys, you know what I mean? Clap, do a couple claps, do a couple fake, tantrums and get kicked out the game. I could do that. We would probably have the same record. Yeah, have the same record. You could have just simulated having a coach. Most people who are smart should be pro tank. Hakeem, I don't think see, this is what I'm talking about, bro. You must have missed my earlier spiel. It's not about the pro tank, no tank. The core of everybody's points of view should be about the Rockets. That's my point, right? Because most people who are smart should be pro tank. That's that has a lot of that's a weighted position. Now I understand the tank, but the tank is not foolproof, as we can clearly see with like Jabari Smith. So for you to say that, imagine Wemby didn't exist and Scoot didn't exist, and it was just a bad draft. So you have Jalen Green, who's streaky, and Jabari Smith. You've tanked for both of them, and not, maybe you get some random player next year. What does that mean about the tank? Not a damn thing, bro. It's not about the tank, and this is what y'all got to realize. You could tank for 10 years, bro, and still be trash. If you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're doing. The tank is a tool. It's just like a hammer. If you give a hammer to a chef, they don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean? If you put it in the hands of a carpenter, then you might build a house. But the tank is not. It's not the. It's not the outcome. Like people look at it like it's this holy grail of team building. It's not. There's multiple ways to build a team. It's one method. It's a method utilized to gain talent expediently. It's one of the more efficient ways to gain young talent, but it doesn't guarantee anything else aside from that. That's it. That's it. If you want to know what a tank is, it's a method to gain young talent. That's it. That's it. Young talent doesn't mean anything in the NBA until you coach it up, develop it, build around it, all those great things that the good teams do to become good. But just tanking is not a means to an end. It's not tanking is not doesn't win you anything. You don't get a banner for tanking. You get a player for tanking. You get a draft pick. You know what I mean? That's what you get for tanking. So Chop Shop listeners, y'all stop that, man. Pro tank, no tank, it doesn't matter if you don't know what you're doing, you're just gonna be bad regardless. So yeah, that's my position on tanking. I understand it, but you got to know what you're doing. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know what you're doing, and I understand why the Rockets are doing it. Now the Wemby dilemma or the Wemby thing is, yeah, okay. If there's a chance for you to land Victor Wembanyama, Scoot Henderson, one of these players, and you are already organically trash, then yeah, man, do what you got to do. If you got to, I don't think we have to try to tank. I think the Rockets just suck at this point. So I don't think like let's just even dead the tank. We're just a bad team right now. The only thing that we can do to improve at this point is add new players. So they're not tanking. They're just bad. Coach Salas is trying to win games. They're just a bad team. So the only person we can accuse of current that has been tanking is Rafael Stone with this roster he's put together and keeping Coach Salas as his coach. But we are not trying to lose games. I don't know if y'all watch the games. The dudes they really struggling right now. B Sim says, man, I gotta set my ish up to super chat. Bread coming in this year. Okay, bro. No, I ain't gonna argue that now, B. But y'all hit the cash app, bro. Hit the cash app and you know what I mean. I think that'll you feel me? Let's not let YouTube get fat, bro. They be killing this, man. Y'all use the Cash App. Show us some love, man. Show us some love. We be really putting out some good stuff for y'all. Terry just said some of these stands want to go to war. Yeah, bro. I be, y'all know I ain't with that, bro. Like, I will if you're on social media, if you don't want to talk hoops, we can have a cordial conversation about hoops. Anything else, I will block you. It is, this is social media is not real. Twitter, Facebook. That's just, what I mean, that stuff is not real, bro. Like I ain't got time, man. We all adults. We got bills. I don't have time to argue with you about Steven Silas and what you feel about him. I'm gonna just block you, bro. Let me just focus on real stress and real life. Hakeem says it's the only way we'll ever get a chance to win a championship. I hope you're not talking about the tanking, bro. That's cap. That's big cap. Big cap in there over there. Man, I'm so behind on the chats. I'm gonna scoot up some more. Okay, let's see. Hakeem says Frank is cool, even though I disagree with the assessment of Stone. Yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'm sure you're happy with the way things are going, but I just disagree. Jabari helped way too many players off the floor tonight. Like helped how? Like picking them up? Yeah, I wasn't sure if I saw that. Kenny S says, "What go down, chop shop?" I see Jalen was back, but Tari only. Yeah, Tari been balling, man. I love Tari. I'm curious to see what he would look like on with a good coach because I feel like he has a lot of like refinement he needs to have in his game. He's very kind of everywhere. Can you imagine like a hard coach like just shaping him to be like this elite player? Because I definitely see that for him. He has a lot of stuff that he could in his bag already. He just needs refinement. He just needs refinement right now. Let me scroll down. I gave up hope. I'm just waiting for the offseason. I think Şengün will be traded along with KJ or something, but it's going to be a big band-aid ripped off if we get the right coach. Yeah, bro. Yeah, step back takes was good with you. I'm gonna skip some. If I skip you, my bad. I gotta catch up. Realistically, either JG or LP huh? Realistically, either Jalen Green or LP gonna be gone this summer, if not both. I'm a casual. Bro, come on. You think they're gonna trade Jalen Green and Alperen Şengün? Nah, that's cap, bro. That is big cap. I don't see that. Boris Oven says, Mr. Fundamental, I wish Jabari had 20. Yeah, bro. I didn't say he was skilled like him. I didn't say he was skilled like him. I didn't say he was Tim Duncan. Yeah, bro. Y'all hit up the homemade suit. Y'all heard me with the whoosh, whoosh. I ain't got it, man. I don't have the OBS, whatever space be using, so I ain't got the thing. If you put a super chat, God bless you, bro. God bless you. We'll get to you when we can. B Simpson Actions page. You think Tillman down for the highlights with Udoka? Ish. I think that the media coverage he needs also. Which highlights? Udoka, man, y'all leave email alone, bro. Bro's getting a swerve on and he just got caught, man. That's all. He just got a swerve on and got caught. Uncle Trill was good, huh? We are more the Celtics tanking and getting Mercer and Billups more than the Spurs getting Tim Duncan. Yeah, bro. We the I don't know, all the bad teams that have tanked. We damn near the Hornets, bro. At this point, we getting there, man. And depending on what they do this offseason. Oh, we got another super chat. Whoosh, whoosh. Kenny S says, I'm starting to worry about KPJ. It has nothing to do with his play, but I'm seeing a trend in him missing games each year. We dealt with enough of that with T Mac and Yao. Bro, do not evoke KPJ in the same breath as Yao or T Mac. But yes, you are right. That man is he has been missing pretty much. He's always has lower leg injuries, so I'm not sure. I don't think he's ever gotten healthy from any of them, and I think he was just starting to get healthy before this other one just came because y'all always noticed pretty much all of last year after he got hurt, he was gimpy. He almost like kind of hop a little bit when he ran. So yeah, that is definitely something to watch out for with him, which sucks for him because his contract is non-guaranteed and there's a lot of incentives in there that he has to meet in order for it to get the full contract. So yeah, I'm not even sure I mean, what that means for him. I think this year and next year, I think he's straight. Then after that is basically he's going to be at the mercy of Rafael Stone. I guess, man, you suck. Move around with that energy, vamp. What's going on, man? Who's guest? Like, what y'all talking about, man? Did I skip? Oh, okay. Let me see. Guess. Let's go up to guess. Yeah, I like talking to trolls. Let's find out what he got for us. He says Rockets might have to tear this team again and keep a couple of players. Guest says owner suck. The coaching sucks. He says the players suck. I'm guess spitting. I ain't gonna lie. They are. They. Just, I mean, B that made you mad, bro. Did I miss something else? I was tripping the super chat. B, did I miss something, bro? Damn, I didn't know he hit a nerve, bro. Vampire, you calling him Russ? Vampire vibe? Come on, man. The man kind of spitting, bro. What? How do you refute that? We technically do suck. I mean, we are literally one of the worst teams in the NBA. Our owner was caught. I don't know. You could tamper with a draft pick, but if there was such a thing as tampering with a draft pick, then Tillman Fertitta damn show did it. Talking about pray for Victor. Rafael Stone out here doing an interview once every 3 years, like he Madonna or something, like he Prince, Michael Jackson or something. The players, I mean, y'all know the stuff on the court. Our coach out there looking like he about to cry. I mean, it's rough. It's been a rough couple of years, man. It's been a rough couple of years, guys. But let's all imagine next year, it's like we have a good team, a team that we can come into these post game lives and like talk about, man, you seen that? How he locked them up in the fourth, the buzzer beat. Like, we need to talk about stuff like that. But you guys got to understand, it's been hard, y'all. It's almost like at the end of the season, the Rockets fan base needs therapy. Maybe me and Space could hire a therapist, come do a post game live, and we'll do a post game therapy session for everybody. Get all your grievances out because man, it's been like traumatic. And the worst part, bro, for us, y'all peep this, man. Peep this. It went from the Harden trade. Just look at the trauma. No. Let's even go back further. The bubble, how that painfully ended. To Harden wanting to leave. To Harden disrespecting the fan base and the city and everything. To that all happening. To okay, we were like, okay, we're gonna move on from Harden. They made the trade. Then the pandemic hit. So not only is your basketball team bad, the world is basically going to shits. The pandemic hits. Kobe passed. We go into that. Actually, that yeah. Then we the pandemic hit before that. So all the pandemic stuff happens. The bubble happens. Harden leaves. The season basically is just terrible. The season, that whole season with Justin Patton, the one John Wall was calling trash, terrible. You go from that. You get a little bit of hope with Jalen Green. We draft Jalen, draft Usman, Şengün. We're happy. And Jalen is PJ Tucker in the corner. Şengün is playing behind Christian Wood, who's like one of the worst like body language, everything players we've had. Tate, all them dudes starting. All of that happens. We complain all year about that. Start KJ. We get into this year. Another year, another summer, a year of pain, losing. Jalen gives us a glimpse of hope. This summer comes. We draft Jabari, 3-and-D sniper. Tari, this wing from LSU. Ty, this point guard. Coming to the season, everything's like on the up. Then it just falls apart again. It's been a journey, man, to get here, bro. And if I want to go back even more, we could talk about KD getting hurt in 2019, us thinking we had a chance and losing, to Steph dropping 30 in the second half of a game after he was 0 for something. To you go back the year before that in 2018 with the Chris Paul injury, the hammy, the 0 for 27 or whatever it was. I mean, damn, bro. It's been a marathon of pain, but we're gonna get through it, bro. There's light at the end of the tunnel. And it's going to be on the backs of one of these young men that we have on the roster. All we have to do is just find a leader to do it. I don't know if the leader is in the organization anywhere right now, but I think that's really all it takes. It takes one great person. It could be a GM, a coach, to come in and change the culture on the team, because honestly, the Rockets do have talent. We have talented players. They're just misguided right now. And I feel like everybody involved in the Rockets process, nobody knows what they're doing. It's a bunch of new people. We got a new owner, a new GM, a new coach, new players competing against sharks, veterans, people that have been in this league, cutthroat, the Danny Ainges of the world. It is just, yeah, it's like you a kindergartner trying to go play football. Like you trying to play in the NFL. You a small business trying to go against Amazon. Like these teams, the Spurs, the Celtics, some of these GMs have networks and no agents. They've been doing this for decades. You got players that are LeBron and this is who our guys have to go compete against. And Coach Silas is competing against other coaches that have been there, done that, champions. We are at a disadvantage at every single position in our organization. Every single position, from top to bottom, we are at a disadvantage. Ownership, front office, coaching, players, we are at a disadvantage. So, in order to change that, they need to get somebody, a leader, to come in. I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's going to be next year or the year after that, but I feel like it needs something to change. All the teams that pivoted from being in the trash to coming out to being good, it always started with a change, honestly, in the front office. And then from there, I just got a Woj tweet, but he was talking about something. He ain't talking about nothing. But I was about to say, the hell Woj talking about? Oh, okay. He's talking about Vanessa Bryant selling yeah, never mind. See, I got my phone set on Woj, man. Just waiting for that. I told y'all. The little graphic with him looking mad saying relieved of duty or something like that. But yeah, we just need somebody, man. We need somebody, and then we can go for it. I'm hoping it's honestly, I wish we would bring back more of our Rockets veterans, some of the players that played here, to be part of the organization and the front office. Bring them back, man. I just don't get that vibe from the team. We don't have a culture. Like we really, really don't. I know that's a buzzword that people use, culture, 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 but a culture is a real thing. Like any business you walk in, if they have a culture, you can feel it when you walk in the door. It's like expectations of the people that work there for excellence. And I just don't see that from the Rockets. It just feels very like blah. You know what I mean? What is that culture, man? Like what is that? I was listening to Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce on that. They got a podcast. I forgot what it's called, but they were talking about how they have this tradition of the Boston Celtics players. They always have to mentor the newer generation, just like they were mentored, and they go back constantly. That's why they're always at the games. They go to practices with them, and it's like a thing they do where they always have to go back, and it's a thing they've been doing since like the '70s, where the great players keep coming back. They keep coming back and giving back to the young players. Great players come back and give back to the young players, and so on and so forth. So when Jason Tatum retired, whoever the Celtics have, they're going to have Jason Tatum as a resource there to just pull them up. So where are these guys? Why isn't Moochie Norris in the Moochie Norris was a coach, if I remember correctly. He was coaching. I forgot where he lived at, but why aren't they getting these guys as just putting them around these guys? So because when you have that history there, they know that they're a part of something bigger than themselves. Like Jalen Green, yeah, you're a good player, but bro, don't walk in these shoes that you think fit you. They might be too big. You coming behind the shadow of great players. You know what I mean? You coming behind the shadow of great players, man. Like, and I don't know, they always point out, honestly, the Rockets, they'll do like Dream. Dream is a given. Elvin Hayes and Calvin obviously works for the thing, but in between them, there's a million players that we've had throughout the years that should be. And I don't know if they burned bridges with them. Katino Mobley. Why ain't Cat don't even say nothing about the Rockets, man. This is where he had his career. Like bring him Chuck Hayes, bring him back to come work with, what I mean, talk to some of the guys. Let him be one of the development coaches. You don't think Catino could teach Jalen Green something? Gerald Green, yeah, bring these, they had him for that 1 year, then I don't know what, maybe his personal stuff got in the way, but like just bring these guys back, man. Steve, bring them in. Bring them in. I don't know what the situation is. Max, bring them in. Bring them in, man. Let them just be around the teams. Let if we're not gonna have vets on the court, you could supplement having vets around the team because at the end of the day, for Tillman, you could hire as many people as you want, bro, because there's no salary cap on coaches or assistants or personnel. That's on you as an owner to do that. Like that's something you gotta understand and build that culture. So yeah, man, it's crazy. I don't know. Let me see who the Rockets have coming up. So let me see our next game. I think it gets easier if I'm not mistaken. I think it gets easier. Uh I think our schedule lightens up a bit. So we got no, it doesn't. I lied. It does. Okay, we got Grizzlies tomorrow. That's probably a L. Then two Spurs. I know we could probably steal one of them. Then we got Brooklyn, Pacers, Bulls. Okay, what I mean? Nice little stretch. I think we could probably win two games out of that if Kevin Porter comes back. Celtics, Lakers, Pels, Warriors. Yeah, it gets nasty. Grizzlies, Cavs, Knicks, Nets, Pistons, Lakers, Nuggets, Hornets, Wizards. I say we probably win three or four more games by the end of the season. 3 or 4 more games. But yeah, man, I think that's a good point to stop. It's 11:43. I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. Appreciate y'all for coming through. I will not be doing a post game live tomorrow because, the back to back, unless something crazy happens. If we win, I'll do one. But if we lose, y'all just watch this one again. It'll probably be the exact same script with the exact same complaints, with the exact same issues. So with that said, man, appreciate y'all once again. You guys keep supporting the Chop Shop. If you're not a member, looking to becoming a member of our channel, you get all the cool emotes and whatnot. Also, member access videos. Support the channel on the Cash App. YouTube be stealing money from us, so we trying to pivot over to Cash App, $ATX Chop Shop. Help me in space keep bringing y'all this fire content that we doing, man. Yeah, and space. I don't know when that his computer tripping, but whenever it come back, man, I'll be glad when he come back because I missed the little soundboard. He got a way of making the thing kind of flow. But appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.